All right, time is 7 o'clock. I will act as the chair at this point until we elect officers. So with that said, I will call the meeting to order. The Economic Development Commission, now at 7 o'clock, today, Thursday, April 18th, 2024. Any additions to the agenda? No? Okay. Moving on to item C, approval of the minutes all the way back from August 17th, 2023. I saw that those were sent in the email, and then we also have printed copies. So, any discussion? Of course, really the discussion would be June and Neva.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
I didn't see any problem with it. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Did you, Ava?
No, I didn't.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
Okay, motion from June, second from Ava to approve the minutes from August 17th, 2023. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item D, public participation.
I'll just say something very quickly. I appreciate the opportunity to get this going again. I know it's been a while. We're still going to search for more people to help out. So it's a never-ending request from the public to see if they would be interested in helping out with economic development. And I see down here under item G, EDC goals. That's a great place to really start with reforming this group and doing what you would like to do. I know that we have Shannon here who will help us out to talk about some of the things that are going on in town already. So you have an idea of what economic development is doing in its role right now with the town of Plainfield. I just want to fill you in on a couple things just so people understand where on the town side what we're doing. I have been in contact with Eversource over two major projects in town. One is for the Uline Corporation, who would like to bring up a gas line going up from where it ends off about a mile away from their site. And so they got the news that it would cost them about $2.5 million to do so. They're willing to partake upon that. Eversource does have some opportunities for them to recoup money through different options within Eversource. So we're going to be talking to them about that. The other one that Eversource is related to is Amazon. People always ask, what's going on with Amazon? It's an empty building. Amazon has been working with Eversource to try to make sure that the charging stations that are on the side of the parking lot are going to be have enough energy to go to them so that they can recharge their end mile vehicles, which are all electric vehicles. And so they've been working with them actually on a weekly basis. And the engineers from Eversource have now noted that they will have enough power coming in when they do a minor upgrade so that they are still going forward with their project to fill up the facility. So again, those are great things for us, but I wanted you to be aware of what's happening so that you know as part of economic development that it's a multitude of things that are happening within town. And don't be afraid to ask. We'll try to keep you up to date on everything, including all the grants that we have going on right now, which are I wouldn't say pending, but they're actually step-by-step for things that will help all that economic development, whether it's upgrades on parks that you can utilize for support when you're having a project or things happening, to bring in people to the area. And again, they can shop and do whatever, purchase items here in town. So we'll keep you up to date on those things as they happen, but I just wanted you to know those are the two recent developments. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Kevin. Item E, reports. Do we have any reports too?
This is the report we did?
Okay.
Let's go over it. Okay. So I did kind of a little newsletter so you know what was happening in the office upstairs. For current applications that we have submitted is we did the USDA Rural Business Development Grant and focused on Lions Park for amenities. These included benches, a bike rack, trash receptacles, because those weren't included in our big grant, and these are very expensive. That grant is $32,000. We won't hear back until probably over the summer to early fall. We did the invasive aquatic species grant from the Subcon Association. That one is pending status. They have a lot of applicants. applicants, so the deadline keeps getting pushed back for when they're gonna notify people. We did the Assistance to Firefighters grant. That one was in support of American Legion Ambulance. We're hoping early June to hear from that. We just did our Title III Senior Resources. That is what helps fund fitness programs at the rec center, the transportation, the podiatry program, and other senior rec programs, so it helps offset the cost for them. And then we just applied for an ARPA grant through Senior Resources about a vehicle to help with their transportation. Hopefully mid-May we'll hear from that one. We did a Lowe's Hometown grant for Moosa Fire Department, and then we did the last Green Valley for a cleanup grant. We were awarded that one. That one's $500. Cleanup day is Saturday, April 20th this week, if anyone wants to join. It starts at 9 a.m. at Moosa Little League Park. And then also we have Interroyal, the redevelopment. We received $300,000 from EPA. There are still some funds left from DCD money from the Brownfields grant. The project is on track and making progress. We have the high school annex project where we were awarded $500,000. Project is moving forward on that. Shepherd Hill sidewalks, we have received funding and that project is on track as well. The Kate Downey Road open space, we applied for a $500,000 grant. That one we'll hear back probably in September of this year. And then we're waiting quotes from engineers to kind of really get a plan for that one. Lions Park, the next step is to pour the concrete to install the fitness equipment. And then once we get that, we can continue what our phase 1 grant money was, which I believe would be the basketball courts left for that one. And then we'll continue Lions Park after that's done. We really want to focus on getting the grant funds done and continuing those phases. So that would be it for those reports.
Okay. And then, I know you had touched on the ARPA.
Yeah, so I do have that.
So now the business grant program.
Yes.
We're touching on.
So that one is at the bottom of the newsletter. I kind of did like a graph so you can kind of see who we awarded. We awarded 17 people and 17 businesses with that. 53% of those have used all their funds and completed their final report. 29.4% have used 50% of their funds, more than 50%, and then 17.6% has used less than 50%. In that less than 50%, it is the Moosa Pond Association and the Aldridge Free Public Library. They're using them for upcoming matches for grants. So that's 2 of those in there, and then the other one we are working on getting their newest report to them to see if they've used more funds. Pretty much the majority of them have used up funds, which is great, and they've all said that this program has been very beneficial for them.
Were these all the people that applied for the program?
There was more that applied that just got denied. Some people were approved, and then they decided not to go with the program. So then funds went to another business. But
Is the red, what's
so
that?
the orange, or it's reddish, that's what they've spent so far. Blue is what they were awarded.
What is Rams Field?
So that one is, I believe it comes for the Plainfield Midget Football Association. So it's just like the local football organization, they have Rams Fields. Oh,
The town owns that?
just town.
The Rams Field, is that owned by the town?
No,
Oh, okay.
it's one of the few fields we do not own.
So they own it?
They have an association and they were the ones that purchased the field.
Okay, I never knew that. I was wondering.
We used to have a playground on town land in the very back of it,
Why? Yeah.
but it was abandoned because no one used it and it just became old
There is-
equipment.
Yeah, well, we're doing reports right now, but there isn't much in Central Village. There's a lot of focus on Moose Up and Warwigan too. Central Village and Warwigan need a little bit more something, you know, or just the way I see it.
And that would be it for the ARPA business grant, unless anyone has any questions about it.
Okay.
I don't know, this is good. I'm glad we have a chart because I
Yeah,
was
that is
wondering.
helpful.
I go by and I know some of these businesses have put new roofs or whatever.
Yeah.
And Marie's is beautiful.
It is.
Oh,
It is.
is there gonna be an open?
In August.
Okay.
Yeah,
they do it
she
on
hasn't
this.
picked the dates. As soon as we get a date, I'll let everyone know.
Okay.
She's going between two.
She's done a lot.
Great job with the grants too.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of work.
Yes, and then I will continuously update the business grant as more come in.
You have to continuously look at these, right? And see what's going on, and all
Yeah.
the deadlines,
Yes, yeah.
keep it going.
I have like a little scratch sheet in my desk.
Yeah.
Deadlines.
And we keep adding to it.
Yes.
Well, that's
And
good.
you did mention the Interroyal,
Yes.
and for people that understand what's going on over there, there's a gentleman that wants to purchase upon, we are applying for a SIF grant for between $10 and $12 million for cleanup. He wants to put his design plans in with that application because it strengthens the application if the state of Connecticut knows that it's a redevelopment, so that it takes brownfield out of the cycle. It takes an opportunity for housing, and it also gives an opportunity for business with what they're trying to do. And that does strengthen the application, and we believe that we'll get that grant. So this gentleman will come in and just take it over for us, and it'll be, positive for the town. Just takes a long time.
The state looking it over.
No, we'll put the application in, it's probably sometime in May, I think it is,
I believe so.
that we have to put the application in. We're still in communication with the state of Connecticut over what certain processes we have to do. They've been really slow lately with talking to people, and I don't know if it's because they're so busy and not a lot of applications, but we still keep on every couple of days where someone's reaching out to them saying, okay, we're ready to go, what's the next steps? So, yeah, that's another one that we're applying for.
Is the environmental testing still going on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, we had, part of the grant was to do, I don't know if you saw that there was a machine that went in there and was getting all the brush and bringing it all down to the ground level to make it easier for them to do the testing. They were doing testing in a couple phases. One phase was to do the soil contaminant testing, and the other one was to do the foundation. Now, the foundation was because the gentleman wants to be able to put some of those buildings back into semi-working order for apartments, capping off the bottom floor, but building up from there with apartments. So that way he doesn't have to worry. There's only another added issue was floodplain. We've been redesignated with new floodplain zones, so therefore that puts a lot more onus on the owners to make sure that what they're doing on the site follows the floodplain rules. So, he's rolling with the punches, and he's making changes and adaptations as we go. So.
There's nothing else. We can move on to G, new business. First item, election of officers. So this is, of course, not a very big commission or board, and there's a total of 3 positions, chair, vice chair, and secretary. So that takes up, of course, most of the people that are currently on the board if each person served in one. I know a lot of times when the way we do it on inland wetlands, when I serve on that commission, is that we would usually just see what is a slate that everyone would support, and we could, vote to adopt that slate of chair, vice chair, secretary, if we all come to an agreement as a commission as far as who would want to serve as what. So I think each person can certainly, put their piece in. I've considered I would be willing to take on the responsibility of chair because I have the time commitment I can certainly put towards it. And I also have experience chairing the Board of Finance here in the town for several years. So I'm willing to do that. And if not, certainly it's open to anybody.
Well, I'd like to nominate Tom for chair. I can't think of a slate. I can offer to be vice chair. Okay, and then what is the position of the secretary? I have to ask that because...
It's a great question. I was just looking that up.
Yes.
There is a stipend available for the Economic Development Commission for the secretary to be a paid position.
Okay.
It's not much,
Wow.
but
What are the responsibilities beyond, I'm going to understand taking.
sure. Like any other board or commission, there is taking of the minutes of the meeting. You would then translate those into document and then send those in. Usually what I ask for is the secretary to send it to the chair. The chair would then review, make any modifications, and send it to the town clerk for them to post it online and make a permanent copy. That's pretty much it. There's a format, if you take a look online, how the other ones have been done in the past, you can utilize that or share your thoughts on a different one, that's fine. Leaving it something
You wouldn't mind doing the minutes?
I can't if I can use my computer.
Sure, of course.
I don't want to sit here going like this.
We have a couple of boards that do that, actually here, they actually keep their computer open.
Yeah, it's okay, it's
Oh,
okay, you know,
yeah.
just for
I'll look at the,
FOIA rules, you don't want to be communicating with anybody, but you can certainly
oh, no,
use your.
no, no.
Yeah,
Does Wi-Fi come down here? I don't know.
Occasionally.
Oh, then I see word
it's trying to come in here,
Yeah.
so
It's trying.
Yeah, you might want to get it in outside the room.
No, that sounds
Comes in
exciting.
good
Happy
upstairs.
to-
Okay, so I'll make a motion.
Unless you want to arm wrestle for it.
She's on it. You do double duty too. I mean, you do two duties.
Now treasurer for
Oh, that's right, you have a treasurer job too. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So
How many hats?
I'll make a motion to nominate that slate of Tom as chair, I'll do vice chair, and Denise as secretary.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay, a motion and a second to adopt the slate of officers. Myself as chairman, June as vice chairman, Denise as secretary. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
What?
Oh, your first board, right?
No, I chaired a nonprofit.
No, I mean here. in town.
Oh,
town.
yeah, it's around, yes.
So you to work right away.
Slowly figuring out this challenge for sure. Okay.
All right, moving on to item B, EDC goals.
I just gave everyone the action.
Yep.
Oh, the action, the good old action
Yep.
plan.
Just figured that out. Yes, this is the action plan that they did in 2020.
I will just make a comment. I think June brought up a valid point earlier that I'm sure we can incorporate somewhere in goals, but that is, maybe at a future meeting, we can discuss kind of a breakdown of our 4 villages and kind of discuss like what's going on. And we know there's a lot going on in Moosup, and we know there's a lot going on down here in Plainfield Village, but maybe focusing a little bit more on what could be maybe going on more in Central Village and more even, because those are important parts of town just as well.
We've gone, Ava and I went for a couple of years, didn't we go over the action plan in the other room? And a couple of things came out that I had thought about doing that would be a promotional thing. Well, for one thing, we experienced job fairs, so I think we ought to continue those, economic development and job fairs. There's some other things too, let me go through here. They seem to be pretty successful.
Yep.
The flyer coming up soon with the what to do, the flyer that's going to be coming out. Your things to do in Plainfield, and then the dates for all those events.
Yes, so we
Oh.
have, that would be the, I don't know if anyone has seen them, the Explore Plainfield brochures.
Right.
So we're redoing those, that will be done at the end of June, and we'll have kind of what's going on in town, so we'll have direct events and all the PBA events will
Okay.
be listed on this mailer, and they'll get mailed to everyone.
Okay.
So that's what part of our marketing budget goes towards.
Great, the marketing.
Yeah, so that helps fund all of that, and then right now we're working on redesigning the map to make it more visually appealing, so people look at it, they want to look at it, put it up on their fridge, and it's not sort of the same color.
And well, it was very word.
Yeah, so, but that's
something
gonna
more-
take,
Yeah,
that's
I
gonna
know.
be years,
Yeah.
because it's very expensive to redesign.
Can I make one suggestion with that? Because we had some typos last time.
Yes.
Before we send it to the printer, I would give a copy to all the
Yes.
members.
Yeah.
And have them try to help us proofread it.
Yeah, I did, I've noticed it. Yeah, so we are working with Lou right now on getting gonna try to, I just told him maybe redesign some of the,
Who's
like,
that?
he's the printer, he's from Sloop Printing.
Oh, you have someone down there?
Yeah, so he does the designing of it.
I see.
And then I'm trying to get him to focus this year on maybe making Moose Up Pond look like a pond, and maybe in parks put up some trees, just that way you see them, and maybe focusing on some of those first before we make it really interactive with
Right.
businesses.
Things that are actually, things that are common to Plainfield.
Yeah.
That are exclusive
Yeah,
things from like a
and then
tank,
catch your eye.
the tanks.
Yeah,
There are things that really
Exactly.
identify Plainfield.
yeah. So
Like
we're
this
working on
does. I have to show you something before. This was something, I developed this is for the outside of a bag. Because one thing, when we had the job fairs, people came in and they were looking for bags.
that. Yes.
So I designed something, and I thought maybe it could be used in marketing much more than that. Maybe a cloth, printed on a cloth bag or something. Anyway, I was going to have a prototype made. This is the outside of a tote bag. I was going to have a prototype made
I like that
to
you
bring.
have the clock tower too.
I know, that's what I had to show you this.
I love that.
So I had that thought, and a couple of
You
others.
also had a thought about postcards, which I.
Oh,
That's right,
the
remember,
postcards.
I had a meeting,
The old-fashioned postcard
Postcards,
with Plainfield scenes, good scenes that are identified Plainfield, and maybe go to some of the local. And the idea came up upon me around COVID times, and I didn't know if they were doing anything, giving anything away in the motels around here, places of business that might be able to sell them. And that's what I wanted. We don't have profit here, but for printing costs, you have money for marketing, so I don't know if we would give them away, sell them, postcards, that was the other thing too. More marketing ideas come to me more than other things.
Yeah.
So,
We, of course, the Historical Society has the collection of a lot of historic postcards that
Yes.
the town had for many years, and so I can certainly bring those to a meeting, just to look over as an idea.
yeah, or
Somebody-
even before and after, you know, or not before, but 100 years ago, and how it looks now. I don't know, something to market.
Yeah.
And there was one other thing I wanted to bring up tonight, and I've seen online this place, this Renaissance fair that takes place in Lebanon.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're looking for 65 acres somewhere.
Mhm.
And I know, I've asked around farmers that have land, do you know anyone that'd be interested? They want to buy the land and they want to bring the Renaissance fair to that town. So it's once a year, I believe.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to one?
No.
I don't-
almost did this year.
I don't know what it would do to Plainfield, but if it was in the right location, it would be
A lot of
once a
people
year.
Mhm.
And it would bring
Yeah.
a little bit of tourism.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's
so-
a great idea.
I don't know, they're looking for a place around here in the northeast. So maybe we could. That clock tower is classic though.
Mm,
That
it
thing, you know what it is when you see it, you know. It's just- And they keep it lit with different colors.
Multicolors.
I love that.
That would be so cool to have it on the bags, because people reuse them.
And I'll try to get the woman cranking out teas in Griswold. She said I'll get a prototype to show you. Because at first I thought, well, we'd have something printed on free bags, so when people come in, or maybe we could have something that was printed on a canvas bag that would advertise the economic development section of the town. So that would have to be, it'd be a little expensive. I think it was like $6 a bag. You'd have to, I don't know how,
The bag.
I don't know how if we'd make profit though here. I don't know.
Well, you could utilize different things, like on the calendar that you'd be putting out, like you've got the Celebrate Plainfield Day.
Right.
You could have a table with the bags there for sale.
That's what, and we could do that, we could actually, economic development could actually sell those, not to make profit for the, I don't know what you do, or maybe to raise money for something.
Raise money for something.
Yeah, like Project Pin or,
Yeah, it's
that's our food bank here,
Yeah, yeah, thank you.
so.
Thank you. I've spoken with you in the past, recently, she mentioned the job fair, I think that'd be a great idea. I'm interested
in hearing more. This meeting is being my first meeting. What are the needs of this town? I know a little bit, I've been here a year, but what do the residents feel they need at an economic level? I know jobs, but, in relation to a job fair, they need, resume review, things like that, coaching, career coaching, and also on the other side of things, what do the businesses need, or what does the city need with regards to businesses? I would like to hear a little bit more. That's something we could discuss.
Is that our challenge for the next meeting?
I think so.
Sounds like it.
It sounds like it.
Sorry.
You got me thinking, I don't want to just,
Well, it's a new town for me.
What comes to mind though, this is very much, I don't know what the statistics are, but it is a trades town. A lot of people here work in contracting, so, and then there's other, I don't know the statistics though. I do know that it is a trades town.
It must be changing too. I mean, people are moving around.
There are some changes going on. We're moving into, there's a booklet I can give all of you for next meeting, which talks about the demographics of the town of Plainfield.
Perfect, great.
Because it tells you that we are starting to become a more elderly population, and that the school system has a slight decline for the last 13 years for students. What types of businesses are currently in, what types of businesses are looking to come in. Look, I get it all the time. I get the things of, I'd love to have a bakery, I'd love to have something else to do in town, or I'd love to have certain types of businesses come into town. Well, that's great, but what are we looking to do to also offset that? It could be small businesses, which are great. It could be something to help for offset for jobs, which helps to offset some of the tax revenue. A little bit of everything. Right now, if you go online to social media, they'll tell you. They'll tell you things like, oh, we're turning into a warehouse community. We have too many gas stations, too many pizza places, too many package stores. But we're looking to open up our eyes to what other things can come into town. What do we want to put out there to market? This is a type of place that we are. On the town website, we also have, for economic development, a page which you can mold. Right now, we have something which we have it, so there's a map out there. We have to still get some of the links fixed on it, but there's a map where you can say what open spaces are out there for buildings, how many square feet are they, who is the company that's selling it, and contact information.
That should be updated on Monday.
Yeah. So we're getting to the point where we're starting to be able to utilize these tools, but let's think about how we want to utilize them. And so I have no problem with that. Just again, it's the charge for the next meeting. Come with some ideas, and maybe we can start working on them together with the town.
Also, yeah, please look at the website. I've been in the process of updating it. If there's any suggestions for what you want to see on it, just let me know and we can make it work. Available properties I worked on this week. So they'll be up on the website Monday. The person who does the website was out the past 2 days, so they will be going up on Monday.
Okay.
Great job.
Thanks for putting those calendar items I mentioned to you, I forgot.
Yeah, if you know any community
Yes.
events, just let me know and I can make sure
The
it's all on
seniors
our...
have a show on May
Yeah.
3rd.
They do.
Yeah. So,
One thing that I thought about that we could certainly try to build on is a lot of businesses in town, they want to try to give back to the community, whether it's through volunteering, having employees come volunteer, or monetary donations and things like that. But they don't always know kind of where to start as far as, well, if I want to donate to support like food, those in need. They don't always know who's the point of contact, at Project Pink. And then we have other good organizations too, like a business association. Not every business is a member of that. We'd like them to be, that would be great. But, sometimes it's just a matter of maybe we need to develop more of a list of all the different organizations that are in town and how the local businesses can be a part of it, but they can also contribute to it, and support the town.
There is a link also there I wanted to mention, somewhat related. You mentioned the food banks and those people that are in need. There's on the town website a link that we put above. There's 39 pages of support groups in the area. So if you know of people that are searching for things in need, whether it's legal services, whether it's for housing, temporary shelters or food or different things they can go to for needs, there's a page that puts that whole thing in perspective. Inclusive of that is some of the local businesses that do help out. So if you want to piggyback on something like that and make a separate booklet for businesses, that's no problem at all. We'd love to have their links, their phone numbers, so if they have a website that we can send them to, that would help out. Is June 1st a Saturday?
Yes.
Little plug, Project Pen, donations here at the Town Hall.
They're gonna be collecting over here.
Like they
Yeah,
have.
they have.
All right.
Tim reached out to me and asked, could we do something because they're in need?
Yeah.
What time?
I think the usual thing we're gonna go, I think it's gonna go 9 to noon.
Yeah.
There you go. What you were talking about, engage community members from each area, village within Plainfield to determine their priority projects, for funding.
That was part of the, although some of this is really antiquated now, because it was 2020
Yeah.
when this report was done, but that still remains important,
Mhm.
that we do have the villages. And it's nice to promote each one. It's part of the charm of Plainfield. I'll give you the information about that Renaissance.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
We do community surveys and then we engage community members. I mean, how do we engage community members in the past and beyond the talking to people on the streets? Are there formal surveys or?
We've done surveys of different types in the past, where it was both online and in printed versions. We hold the printed versions usually Town Hall, Rec Center, and we'll occasionally put some other places as long as they allow us to. Cumberland Farms or different fast food places that might go to pass them out, or even restaurants. So if you'd like to come up with something like that, we can absolutely print them off and put them out there, as well as link them online. And if you do that, you could probably reach out to the local press and put them on their, little small article saying we're trying to engage. Here's our link.
Have you ever tried to get home businesses involved in anything with the town? I'm just curious.
Like reaching them up and putting them in with a group larger.
Try to do something with them.
Yeah, I know that in the past, for PBA, when I first came into office, it was good, but you really need to have more involvement. And so I was over at the the energy plant, we said, why don't you guys jump in and help out? And they have. So there's starting to be more membership there. I'd like to reach out, of course, to you, Lonnie, who are very good partners with the community, and ask them to do the same thing. So they can help out tremendously. They're very good with donations and also support. So if there's something that, and by the way, they want to do a job fair all by themselves because they got a lot of people they need to hire. So try reaching out. There's another group that actually meets here, but it's more of a business networking group. But there are a majority of the people that are there are also town business owners. So that's another group of people we can reach out to say, we're looking for support.
Are they home-based, some of them, or just?
No, larger. I mean, like you've got Quintel Insurance, you've got the owner of the gym over here, Flex. You've got a couple other ones within town. And then some of them are residents who live in town, but their business may be out of town, but they use the networking services to help each other out.
She's talking more like me, home-based
Oh yeah,
businesses.
the home bases. Yeah, there's
Getting them involved in some way.
yeah.
right?
Yes.
Well, one of our projects, Ava, remember we had to, you and I had this list of all those businesses, and we had to find out how many were still operating. It was quite a challenge.
It's hard to do.
I went online
Because I
and
don't
I
even
looked
know
at,
if half of them even ever report that
Right.
they're doing it.
right, if they were still
Right.
operating, it was,
But it would be great to get them involved.
but that was fascinating to see how many home-based businesses were registered.
You still have your list?
Yeah, I think I do, I have all that stuff. Yeah, I'll get-
Congratulations, Shannon.
Yeah, I've been thinking of that. The things that we did, we should let her know what they
Yeah.
were.
That would be
Yep.
great.
Yeah, we went over this for a while. We went over this plan, and some of it we just crossed off because it didn't apply anymore. Because it
I think
wasn't.
some of it too really it was too much for us to really.
Yes,
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You can only do so much.
yeah. So we did a lot
I
of
can
business.
have Lisa work on that as well, so we can start going through the list again and see what's.
Yeah, I'll see the list, and I don't know where they came from, but we'll find out.
Okay.
But there's the trade name listings, wasn't
Yes,
Yeah, that's
trade
right.
name listings,
That was,
right.
yeah, I remember
So,
seeing that.
Right, we have them every
Autumn,
week.
Autumn and Diane,
Mhm.
especially Autumn, she's a go-getter when it comes to the
Yes,
project.
yes,
So we can do that with between multiple people helping each other out to update the list.
yes, it's possible to do it. There were 3 sources I used. So you have to use a computer, you have to really go online and you can find out a lot. Some people had passed away, I mean, it was amazing. And I was given like letter A to, C or something, it wasn't, there was a lot there.
It was a lot, because
Yeah.
each of us had several pages.
Yeah, we did a lot of busy work. It
I
was
don't know, it's just, it's overwhelming.
homework.
Wow.
We don't want to waste that research. We'll find out where it is.
But sometimes it felt like you didn't really ever get anything much.
But we did a lot of, we did a lot of research.
We did, yes. We did that.
Definitely grow tourism opportunities, just a little bit, it'd be nice to have something Plainfield's noted for that's
Yeah.
good and positive. And we like to promote engagement and activity around the rivers, summer.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I also like the idea here to host a familiarization tour. The
Yes,
EDC should coordinate a familiarization tour of town, respective businesses, developers, commercials. I think that also what that does, it gives an opportunity for connecting,
yes,
because not all of us, may make it to like a ribbon cutting ceremony or have met, recent business in town, but it's still good to, when our schedule permits, stop by and introduce ourselves and maybe see how they're doing, thus far, is there anything they need, that maybe they didn't need before.
that's right. And the farmers, supporting the farmers, that's very important here too. So we do have some working farms.
All right, we can certainly have, we'll
We-
sure keep this on
we're hoping
the agenda,
A
yeah,
little bit,
for the
yeah.
next meetings. and Come back and have more discussion on it. And then, what else was there that we wanted to bring up at the next one? Besides, we're gonna continue to discuss the action plan.
Yeah.
Is there something else then? Because there's certain things that will always have a standard, and obviously reports will always get updates on reports. See how things are going with the business grant program, we'll always have, EDC goals, but if there's anything, I guess specifically, just, I guess.
Well, we can think about it and bring it to the next meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there was something on my mind, I just
Yeah,
can't
you
remember
have
what it was.
Yeah.
Like,
You covered all of that, the action plan, you wrote your own thing.
but some of it,
Yes,
just.
I have a lot of them too. Yeah, I'll go through my papers.
You picked all that up.
All right, do we have any correspondence?
No.
No? All right, then item I is adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, June makes a motion to adjourn, is there a second? Second? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.